Hi Vera, thank you for this introduction. I'm going to add that I have worked for 10 years in the chartering department, i.e. directly with ship owners. I would like to add something very important to my presentation is the ship owners' responsibilities toward the marine environment. Well, ship owners have to implement IMO regulations and conventions, in particularly the MARPOL Convention, which is the Maritime Pollution Convention. This regulation leads to reduction, of course, of maritime pollution. It respects water ballast regulations and protects the life of marine species at sea. If a ship owner failed to conform with MARPOL Convention requirements, this would lead to severe penalties to be paid. In addition, it might lead to ship arrest at ports, non-renewal of ship certificates, and non-ability to navigate at sea in the future. Now, the question would be why ship owners find it difficult to implement MARPOL requirements in their daily operations. Why are they reluctant to basically protect the environment? It's simply because there is a very high implementation cost associated with that. In addition, they have to keep on doing continuous trainings for crew members. Thus, also this would lead to additional costs. And especially nowadays, because ship owners, as we all know, are facing very bad situation due to the market recession. Thus, freight rates are very low. Therefore, ship owners actually find it very difficult to implement MARPOL Convention, which is protecting the environment. And from the other side, they have to do that because otherwise they will not be able to operate at sea. So here we can notice that there's actually a conflict of interest between ship owners and between the IMO regulations. The question is, what can we do in order to solve this problem? Unfortunately, as I said, the current situation of the shipping market is very tough, and ship owners are always trying basically to reduce costs. This is what we can see actually from the factors influencing ship owners' choice of seaports. The second point shows that one of the major points that is taken into consideration when a ship owner would like to choose the seaport is actually profitability ratio. So one of the most important things that he should take into consideration is he making profit out of it? So we will notice that throughout those factors, a ship owner is not really taking into consideration basically the protection of the maritime environment, simply because at the end of the day he needs to make money. So the first thing he cares about is the profitability ratio, of course, out of other factors such as ship specification. Vera, can you please continue to the next slide? A port location, port infrastructure, in other terms, how developed the port is, whether it's an inland port or not, the ease of transshipment. Yes, and next slide, please. The political and economic situation of the port. In other terms, is it a stable port? Is it a safe port? Here I would like to add that whenever we talk about safe port at sea, and particularly in relation to maritime law, it's very important to note that a safe port is not only a port where basically there are no wars or no strikes. A safe port, it's a port that is able to assist vessels at all means, is able to berth vessel in a safety manner in terms of electricity, in terms of shore cranes, in terms of draft of the water, etc., or draft of the vessel, and in other terms, depths of the water. Another important thing that is taken into consideration is the port peripheral resources availability, i.e. bunkering, means fuel, providing fuel, repair facilities, maintenance of cargo handling, i.e. shore cranes, STC, security resources, cleaning resources, provisions, etc. Another important factor that is taken into consideration is, of course, the ISO certification of the port, i.e. the benchmark that is used to judge the operation efficiency of the port, its management, and of course, the level of computer software used. Port level of traffic available is also taken into consideration, which add up to the port being classified as an industrial center or not. Another important thing that should be taken into consideration is the port technology level, i.e. burst planning, communication, level of computerization, etc. Port innovation is the key factor in successful port management, such as floating terminals and port automation. Now, a very important factor also to note here is the port operation cost. And this is what goes back to my first point, is that at the end of the day, ship owners care about reducing their cost, i.e. reducing their operation cost. So whenever they want to choose a port to call, they take into consideration whether this port is a very expensive port or is not an expensive port. So when we talk about expensive port or not, we mean by that the disbursement account of the port, also known as DA, the dues, the pilotage, the towage, the handling equipment, the burst charges, i.e. here the DA or disbursement account, and of course the safety level of the port. Now, what I'm trying to explain here is, unfortunately, from a ship owner's point of view, there's a contradiction between what the IMO is asking for, which is reducing the negative impact on the environment through the implementation of the MARPOL Convention, whereas ship owners are trying to survive on a daily basis by increasing their profits, or at least covering their costs, especially in this current market situation, this tough market situation. So there is a contradiction between green shipping and the daily operation life of a ship owner. Thank you.